All right. I think we've done as much as we can today. Let's rest up and prepare for the next battle.
Well, this is new. You're not usually the one suggesting we take time off.
That's because there's been too much to do lately. I haven't had the chance to showcase my natural laziness.
Come on, I don't think there's a lazy bone in your body. You really should take more time for yourself, Claude.
I'll consider it.
Your Majesty, an urgent message has arrived from Deirdre.
Uh-oh. This can't be good.
The city is being attacked by the Almiran Navy, and they're calling for any aid we can provide.
What?
Elmira again?
After the defeat they just suffered at the throat? No. It must be someone else.
I agree. These are most likely pirates who have assumed their name.
Either way, they've got to have a pretty sizable force if they can attack an entire city. We should send any units that are ready to mobilize. Who do we have?
My army can't spare much at the moment. To be honest, we're always a bit undermanned. Still, we might be able to send a couple of folks. How about me and Judith?
You? But you're the leader of the entire army.
Well aware of that, thanks. But as luck would have it, we've got a bit of time before our next battle. Besides, Judith and I know the terrain, which means we've got the best chance at ending things quickly.
Going back to Deirdre will be a stroll in the park for the two of us.
Still, I wouldn't say no to a seasoned mercenary tagging along. Eh? Eh?
How about Leone?
Yeah, I was thinking someone more like you. Literally you, in fact.
And here I was looking forward to a little time off.
Well, seeing as the king himself is making the time, how about you buck up and do the same?
Yes, ma'am. Of course, ma'am.
Glad that's settled. Let's go. Yep, those are pirates, all right. And they sure made a mess of the place. It's time to sweep it clean. Let's try this. Let's see how this goes. Out of the way! Bring it down!
Not a problem. Not a problem.
No problem, I got it.
Come on and hand over all your valuables. If you don't fancy getting dragged back to Elmira, that is.
Still keeping up the act, hmm? What if a real Almiran heard you?
What these sea dogs lack in skill, they make up for in sheer numbers. If we're not careful, they could easily overwhelm us. Bring it down! Let's try this.
Let's take a breather.
Folks are clearly as scared of Almirans as ever. Otherwise, intimidation tactics like these would never work.
A sad truth for most, Arthur. Why, until I met you there, I thought all Almirans were savage, bloodthirsty beasts.
All right, take it down.
These pirates aren't so tough once you get them on shore. Still, I bet there's more where that came from.
More of them, is it? Let's knuckle down and put them in their place.
Your Majesty, pirates are raiding the harbor storehouse and plundering the goods inside.
Well, that sounds bad for business. We better get across the bridge and put a stop to it.
Not a problem. I've got this.
Let's try this. Let's see how this... Let's try this.
Bring it down! All right, take it down.
Let's try this.
My turn?
You know, if Frodlin just looked outward a little more, our opinion of Elmira might change for the better.
Easy, Your Majesty. I know you're friends with Nadir, but that doesn't mean we should start siding with his people.
Not a problem.
No problem, I got it.
Sorry! Sorry!
Let's try this.
Take a breather.
Okay, that's just about all the pirates in the city. Let's head for the harbor storehouse.
You're done!
They split up. Now's our chance to raid the city and harbor at the same time.
Take
It's not over.
Not a problem. I've got this. Not a problem. I've got this.
Let's try this.
No
We're
problem.
too short-handed to deal with them all. If only we brought more soldiers.
You didn't call for me, kiddo, but I'm answering the bell anyway.
Dare.
Sorry.
What are you doing here?
I can't stand by and let a bunch of pirates drag Elmira's good name through the mud.
Take a breather.
Attack! Give them no quarter!
It's as good as ours!
This so-called Elmiran Navy is a joke. Nothing but cowards and crates as far as the eye can see.
Well, they've certainly got nothing on you. Feel free to relieve as many as you like of their duties.
Not a problem. I've got this.
Let's try this. Let's see how this goes. Can we change? Let's try this.
Not a problem. Well, couldn't hurt. Not a problem.
Changing places?
Did you see that, kiddo? I kicked all those pathetic pirates right out of the harbor.
So they didn't get away with any of the goods? I really owe you one, Adair. Yeah, another one, actually.
Looks like the pirate leader is camped just outside the city.
Then let's deal with them and finish this. All units, move out.
All-Myron for true.
And not just any All-Myron. I'm the one and only, Nadir the Undefeated.
Well, he's certainly enjoying himself. I'd better dig deeper. He's gonna steal all the fun. Let's try this. Let's...
Not a problem.
No problem, I got it. Let's try this.
That takes care of the pirate invasion.
A bit more trouble than I expected, but we got through it all right.
If I may, Your Majesty, I've been wondering if you have some special attachment to Elmira.
Lester fought against Elmira for years, so I've grown to know them. That's all.
You must think I'm pretty dim if you expect me to believe that.
It was worth a shot, but all right, I get it. Let's talk about it after we deal with the trouble here.
Hey, kiddo. Don't you think it's about time you told her the truth?
Yeah, I've been intending to for a while now. She's not the type you can hide things from for very long anyway.
Sorry! This stronghold will fall!
I should have just quit when I was ahead.
Your greed made you careless. But don't worry, I've got a reward for you.
Ha ha! Let this be a lesson to all imposters. You have to get up pretty early in the morning to fool an Elmira.
I think we could leave the rest of this to the people of the city. Time to be going. Nice work, everyone. Deirdre and the harbor are both safe now.
We'd have been toast if Nadir didn't show up.
You've got a long way to go if third-rate crooks like that are giving you trouble.
In our defense, we'd have been fine if we could have brought a few more soldiers along.
I don't know, kiddo. You're good at the whole confidence side of things, but not so hot when it comes to actually sealing the deal.
A man who calls himself Nadir the Undefeated says I'm overconfident? That's rich.
Cut it out, you two. This friendly banter is going to make me sick if you keep it up. You clearly know each other better than you're letting on.
Say, kiddo, maybe now's the time to, you know.
Ah, right. Actually, Judith, this is probably a good opportunity for me to come clean about something.
I'm waiting.
My mother is an Elmira, and has been for the last 20 years.
Lady Tiana. Huh. Well, that's a bit unexpected, but not altogether surprising.
That's where I was born, Elmira. And my father, he's the king.
Wait. So that makes you an Elmiran prince?
I am. Sorry I didn't tell you before.
Well, this certainly isn't something I expected to hear today. Still, I imagine it's not easy to bring up. So what's your deal? You don't seem surprised by this at all.
Yeah, I never heard any of it directly from Claude, but I thought as much. I figured it out right around the time we fought Shahid.
Oh, right. So that would have made him your brother.
Different mothers, but yeah, he was my older brother. I didn't want to fight him, I really didn't. But, well, for the sake of both Fodlan and Almyra, he had to be dealt with.
Your brother thought he was doing right by Almyra, in his own way. There's always been unrest in the royal family, everyone fighting over the right of succession. But that man would have been a terrible king. His lust for power just consumed him.
So does this mean my little Claude is going to return to Almyra and seize the throne one day?
I don't know. For right now, I'm more concerned about my duties as King of the Federation. Eventually, I plan to tell everyone about where I came from. But for now, keep it to yourself. I don't want to make things more complicated than they need to be.
I won't tell a soul so long as you answer me one question. Have you ever sought to deceive us? Either as the leader of the Alliance or as king?
Never. Lester and Fodlan are my home, and I intend to fight for everyone who lives here. So, do you trust me?
I do, little Claude, or Your Majesty, I should say. Just don't let me down.
I won't, Judith. And thanks.
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use.
Training can be the difference between victory and defeat.
I'll master this.
I can use this.
Time to work you. With proper training, you'll be unstoppable.
Care to make yourself useful?
I've got nothing to worry about with the two of you on the job.
This'll be a great chance to show me how much you've grown, Leone.
I'd rather show you on the battlefield, but I'll do my best, Captain.
You've improved a lot, Leone. You hardly had to lift a finger.
I'm glad for the compliment, but I wish we could have worked together a little more. We all must do our fair share. Care to make yourself useful?
I've got nothing to worry about with the two of you on the job.
What a magnificent opportunity, dear sister. Show me all you are capable of. Hold nothing back.
I can't slack off when you're around. Guess I'll have to actually do some work.
Dear sister, you have once again demonstrated your excellence. You've done your big brother proud.
It just happened to go well. Stop giving me so much credit. We all must do our fair share. Care to make yourself useful?
I've got nothing to worry about with the two of you on the job.
I can only hope to repay a fraction of the kindness you have shown me, both above and below ground, my dear Happy.
You've done plenty for me, Coco. So let's just take it one step at a time like always.
We all must do our fair share to make yourself useful.
Counting on you both.
I don't know how much help I'll be, but okay.
Right. Let's get this out of the way.
We all must do our fair share to make yourself useful.
I've got nothing to worry about with the two of you on the job.
I could not possibly entrust you with work such as this, Claude. I shall take care of everything.
You don't think I can handle it, do you? But I guess this really is more your thing.
We all must do our fair share to make yourself useful.
Counting on you both.
Very well. I will join you.
Sure, I'll help.
We all must do our fair share. Captain!
You again, Leone? What is it today?
Seeing as you're strong as ever, Captain Gerald, I was hoping you'd train with me.
Your eyes are playing tricks. I'm an old man. I'd never be able to keep up with you kids at the rate you're improving.
You can't mean that. I'm nowhere near a match for you. But hearing that kind of praise from my hero makes me want to devote myself to training even more.
Aren't you a little old for childhood heroes?
Maybe, but I'm still happy. I worked my whole life to be a mercenary like you, after all. And now I get to fight at your side? Dreams really do come true.
I'm glad. It's not often childhood dreams actually come to pass. I recall you always scampering a few paces behind me as a kid. You'd stare at me and ask all kinds of questions, even when I was clearly too busy to answer.
Well, I was just hoping you'd teach me about martial arts and tactics and that kind of thing. Before your job ended and you left, I mean.
You couldn't have learned much. I wasn't there long. Yet here you are, standing strong and tall. You have no one but yourself to thank for that. You grew up without any guidance from this old captain. I'm glad to call you my apprentice.
Thank you. I promise to make you proud. And one day, I'm going to surpass you. That's my new dream.
That's the spirit.
And I'm not just surpassing you, but your kid, too. I had no idea they were so strong.
Guess the topic never came up when I was in Son. We've both been through a lot.
I'm jealous about all the time you two got to spend traveling together. I bet their strength is due to your instruction.
All I did was teach the basics of merc life. Natural talent's likely behind the swordsmanship and tactical ability.
Which means normal folks like me have to put in 100 times the effort just to catch up.
Don't sell yourself short. I wouldn't have taken you on if you didn't have talent. Well, this is great.
Having some trouble there, Gerald?
I wanted to replace the clasp on my gauntlet, but I can't quite get the blasted thing to stay.
Here, let me try.
Oh, look at that. You got a real knack for these things. Thanks, kid.
I'm surprised you've survived this long with those ham hands.
Being a good mercenary isn't all about dexterity, you know. Besides, when you've lived as long as I have, your body just doesn't work as well as it used to. Trust me.
You don't look that old to me.
You can't judge a book by its cover. I might not look it, but I'm practically an ancient tome. Not to mention I've lived pretty hard. Might just be a gut feeling, but I've started feeling like the goddess might call me to her side before long.
Come on, it's not like you're at death's door. Besides, you really think the goddess would be calling you of all people?
You don't hold anything back, do you? If the goddess won't have me, then I'll just have to make do in hell.
Do you think you'd have any regrets if you died right now?
Not one. Except maybe living too long.
What about leaving your kid behind?
Can't say I wouldn't be worried, especially because that kid isn't exactly normal.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I've never seen a power like that before. Not even generals with crests measure up.
True. It's not like my training was all that rigorous either. But before I knew it, my kid had become the Ashen Demon. Just a personal quirk, I guess. Makes it tough to find friends, though. In that sense, I'm glad we're here. There's tons of young folks around. And maybe the kid will take a shine to you, since you're both mercenaries.
Who knows? I've been hoping we could talk more at least.
Is that so? I'm glad to hear you say that. Takes a load off my mind.
Now you really sound like a dad.
I was never much of a parent, but I do worry all the same. You know, I think we were meant to end up on the same side. Would you do me a favor and look after my kid?
When you put it that way, it really does sound like you're about to die.
Hey, it's possible. Tomorrow's never guaranteed in this line of work. I meant what I said. Can I count on you?
Yeah, sure. I'm not gonna refuse a dying man's wish after all.